Welcome to Rom Wills Money Matters. Winning with gigs. Winning with gigs. I'm going to tell you what. A lot of people talk about the gig economy and everything, and, they'll talk about, hey, and they'll provide examples of people winning with something like Uber or DoorDash or whatever. There's so many gigs out there. I'm going to just be real with you. A lot of people don't be winning with gigs. A lot of people might just make just enough with a gig just to keep some basic bills paid. But if they're blessed, they living with someone helping them pay the rent or mortgage. And a lot of people are actually struggling. There's a lot of people who be doing gigs and they're struggling. Like they couldn't effectively live on their own. Like you want to make enough money with any job. You want to make enough money to have a car. Even if you don't get one, to at least afford a car, have a place that you can live, be able to put food in your stomach. And depending on where you live, it could be a little bit of money if you're in the right place or a lot of money. But whatever the case, that's how much you want to make. Now, gigs are tough. But I'm going to say this. You can win with gigs. You just have to have a certain mindset. And the mindset is simple. You got to be willing to hustle. You can't just do a gig every now and then or have limited hours to it. You got to hustle. Because I've known a few people. Like I remember one young lady I'm thinking about. She owns a little small shop now. But I remember when she was just on that hustle. She would be doing vending. She would be teaching. She was a yoga teacher. Teaching that. She was just constantly busy. She was like, go, 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 go. The thing with winning with gigs, you got to be hustling. See, here's the thing. Here's a mindset you got to have. More so than even being an entrepreneur. Like you have your own business and stuff. Even more so, you got to think in terms like you're a hunter. You got to think in terms like, okay, I got to eat today. I got to go out and kill some food. If I don't kill some food, I don't eat. That's how you got to think with a gig economy and you doing a bunch of gigs. Because, they got, of course you got Uber and all this other stuff, and they very good. DoorDash, but what if you have a slow day? Then what? Because you got to really think, and you got to have that mindset like, okay, you don't have any time off. Like, forget 40 a week. Shoot, you need to think 70 a week. You might have to work like 6 days a week. You still want to take one day off just to rest. And even then you might think, okay, what can I do on this day? That's how deep it is. But you got to have that hustle. I got to eat today. You got to start off each day, every single day, like you don't have any money. That's how deep it is. See, one thing, if you're an entrepreneur and you're pretty good at it, you got something. You have an idea that you're going to make some money. You have an idea. If you got a store or something, maybe steady customers who always come in, or some service or something, somebody needing the service. Because one of the things is once you start really providing a good service and everything, you usually get repeat customers. That's a very key thing to business, repeat customers, as an entrepreneur. But the gigs, you can get some repeat customers. You can, but it's tough. Like everything is tough. It's just how it is. Ain't no shame in it or anything like that. And, I highly recommend if you can find a good gig, definitely take it. Even if it's part-time, just go ahead and take it. But you got to have that mindset of every day. So like I said, you got to get up every day and know, okay, I don't have it. You got to think, 0, I got to make some money. 0, I don't have any money, nothing. In fact, I'm going to tell you where I got that mindset from. Now, I've told people before, even to the point, I said, I need to do a video on how to vend. Because every single time, and I've vended a few hundred events. I mean, I'm talking about going back to the mid-90s. That's when I started vending. A few hundred events. And just as an aside, the scary thing was I wasn't as vending as many other people. But I learned so much because in a way, vending is, even if you own the business and everything, that's kind of like a gig. Because think about something. when I would go into these different shows, vending shows, expos, I would go in with no money. I had to look. Basically, I'm starting from zero. There was no way I knew who would stop by my table. Sometimes I had no idea about what the crowd would be like, what the vibe would be like. But I went in thinking, start from zero. In fact, I'll tell you there was one time I did a vending show, and it was an outdoor show. I had literally just enough gas to get there. Let me say that again. I had enough gas to get there. I had no money for food. This was when I was working a full-time job, but all my other money went to other things. I saw, okay, all the bills are paid. I said, shoot, I went into this thing. No money now. No food, just enough gas to get there. But my mindset was I'm going to make money. Now, I made so much money that day that, I was able to get some food later on, definitely pay for gas, and I made a couple $100. Now, somebody would say, well, Ron, what's a couple $100? I was selling pamphlets, like booklets and pamphlets. This is when my publishing business first got started, for like $1, $2, $3. Now, I made a couple $100 off of that. I want y'all to think about that. That means, and some of the people who stopped, they didn't, they ain't buy like all three publications. They might just buy one, so they might just give me just $1. So and that was in a few hours. And somebody would say, well, how you did? My mindset was, I'm going to make it. I came in with a hunting mindset. In fact, I would make a sale and then start dancing. I would just start dancing. I remember a young lady who was at the booth next to me. She said, you having fun out here? I said, yeah, I got to. I couldn't go in there like I'm not going to make any money. Contrast that, as a vendor, I ran into a lot of other vendors, and the poor attitudes they had was scary. It was annoying. In fact, there was one time I was vending with somebody. I ain't going to get too much into his part, but this is the first time he vended, and we didn't make any money at first, but his attitude was like, he was like, oh, this is terrible. I said, dude, you haven't been in it. Because as an aside about vending, and it's similar to the gig economy and making gigs, you can go, like, there were shows. Okay, I get there at 9 in the morning. The show be to about 5, right? Let's just say that, right? All right. I wouldn't make any money until 4 o'clock, and then I make all the money. And sometimes it's like that with the gig thing, but you got to stay with it. You got to hustle. You got to think, okay, I got to make money. I'm starting from zero. You got to have that attitude, and then you got to find it. You got to say, okay, what can I do? Sometimes you might have to get multiple gigs, but you got to stick with it. The main thing is having that mindset, all right? No matter what. You got to eat. Let that drive you. That vending event I told you about, a brother was hungry. They had some buffalo wings up in that joint. Anyway, but they weren't going to give them to me for free. I said, damn, I got to sell some books just to get some meat, some food. So anyway, y'all, that's how it is winning with gigs. You just got to hustle. You got to hustle. You got to treat every single day like you got to go, like you starting from zero, all right? So y'all know the deal. Let's go make that money.